Welcome to Profitize training video. In this video, you will learn how to manually enter travel and lodging expenses in Profitize. Click on the Transactions tab. Click on the Add Transaction button. Click on the Buy button. Click on the Services button. Click on the Travel and Lodging button. Click on the Received Service button if already received this service. Otherwise, click on the Receive Service Later button. Click on the Not Paid button if you did not pay in advance for travel and lodging. Otherwise, click on the Fully Paid button or the Partially Paid button, as appropriate. In this example, let's click on the Not Paid button. Click on the Fully Paid button if you paid fully upon receiving the travel and lodging service. Otherwise, click on the Not Paid button or the Partially Paid button, as appropriate. In this example, let's click on the Fully Paid button. Click on the Direct button if the travel and lodging expense can be directly attributed to specific business activities, such as client meetings, business conferences, or project-related travel. These expenses are typically incurred for specific purposes and can be directly linked to revenue-generating activities. Direct travel and lodging expenses include the cost of travel by air, train, bus, taxi, rideshare, rental car, public transportation, or private car for business, hotel accommodations, costs of meals and entertainment directly related to business activities, or registration fees for business conferences or seminars. Otherwise, click on the Indirect button if the travel and lodging expense cannot be directly attributed to specific revenue-generating business activities, including costs of travel for general business purposes, such as attending internal meetings or training sessions, costs related to employees commuting between home and work, costs of travel and lodging for company-wide retreats or team-building events, costs of lodging for non-specific business purposes, such as temporary housing for employees, or costs of travel for administrative purposes, such as attending regulatory meetings or industry association events. Now that you have successfully answered all category questions regarding the transaction related to travel and lodging expense, you will need to start entering other details of your transaction in the input fields. Note that input fields with asterisks are required fields, where you must enter data. Required input fields are followed by optional input fields, where you should enter as much data as possible. Click on the calendar icon. Click on the date, July 5th, for example, in the calendar to select it as the date service received. Click on the VAT amount required input field, and enter, or select from the searchable drop-down list, 15, for example. Click on the Next button to move to the next screen. Click on the amount including VAT required input field, and enter, or select from the searchable drop-down list, 115, for example. Click on the percent of cost allocated to production field, and enter, or select from the searchable drop-down list, 0. Click on the Next button to move to the next screen. Click on the supplier business name required input field, and enter, or select from the searchable drop-down list, Supplier Limited D, for example. Click on the supplier BIN or VAT number optional input field, and enter, or select from the searchable drop-down list, the supplier's BIN or VAT number, for example, this 9-digit number. Click on the Next button to move to the next screen. Continue to enter data in the required input fields and optional input fields, and, finally, click on the Finish button. In this video, you learned how to manually enter travel and lodging expenses in Profitize. For more training videos, visit Profitize YouTube channel.